90 deals in 90 days. Do you remember that coming from Mr. Donald Trump? Yes, that's what this man said when he came into office for the second term. I'm going to get 90 deals in 90 days. And that is what his whole team were telling Americans. Ladies and gentlemen, John here. Thank you for tuning in and welcome back once again to This World, My Take, where the headlines meets real talk. Let me adjust this real quick, folks. Yeah, folks, we are at the eve of another extension for another 90 days. And of course, we all know that by now. I hope some of American people do understand that all these tariffs extension and all these tariffs percentages, it is being paid by us, the American people. Yes, American, if you were born here and if you are naturalized here and you living by the Constitution and you obeying the law, you are an American. Now, folks, let me say this. This vlog is actually to talk about this whole tariff extension, this tariff strategy, tariff diplomacy by Donnie the Con. You know, this man has been using tariff around for the past 6 months just to go at countries that do things that he doesn't like. And this man went as far as even placing tariffs on closest neighbors like Canada and Mexico. If you ask me, I still do not understand how all this whole tariff thing is helping the American people. You know, we are hardworking people. We wake up, we do 9 to 5, we pay taxes. And then to think that to buy something from abroad, so as close as Canada and Mexico, we will have to pay an extra tariff just to feed this man's ego. Yes, I'm saying this because tariffs are not actually a good way of diplomacy. And if you want to actually raise more money for the economy, you need to start charging, making the billionaires, the top elites, to pay their own fair share of taxes. All this noise going back and forth, I'm going to tariff you, I'm going to tariff that, and so on and so forth. I don't really think that this man understands what he's doing to the American economy. It's crazy to think that for some weird reason, this man uses tariff to punish nations that he actually doesn't, who don't align with him. Take, for example, this man threatened to give Brazil 50% tariffs. You know why? It's not because Brazil did anything wrong. Matter of fact, US was making more money off buying from Brazil than Brazil was making off the US. It was just because Brazilians are trying to hold Jair Bolsonaro accountable for the coup that he plotted. Yes, you remember after the J6 situation, Jair Bolsonaro, who was an ass kisser to President Donald Trump, he tried to replicate the same J6 in Brazil. And now he is facing the music. Oh, this man just slapped the tariff on Brazil. And that didn't end there. He started going after Brazilian judges who are actually prosecuting this ex-president for the coup attempt. Now, you would tell me, you come down and say, but we need tariffs in this country to raise funds. America is so rich that the top billionaires, those who making the money, matter of fact, those who put Donald Trump in the White House for the second time, they are not paying their own fair share of taxes. If all the top elites, money earners in America could pay exactly what they're supposed to pay, trust me, there will be no need for tariffs. Now, this man has given flimsy excuses that, oh, we need to, these countries are making more money off America and so on and so forth. But we went through that list and this is a big lie. You have countries that are not even making enough money from America than America is making from them. This man placed tariffs on them. It is crazy. But I would like to ask you this question, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think that this man is actually serious about this tariff diplomacy? Because it's been 60 days extension, 90 days extension, 90 days. When that expires, we're going to push it further. When that expires, we're going to talk it again. Take, for example, what he's doing with Mexico right now. This man just announced that, oh, I just got off a call with the president of Mexico, and the conversations are going very good, and we are going to extend for another 90 days and keep talking. What are you talking about for 90 days and more 90 days? And that is how he will keep pushing these things, pushing this conversation. And when we get into 2028, it's crazy, ladies and gentlemen, how this man is very, very incompetent. What kind of president? What really happened to the American people? Somebody will be like, oh yeah, we like him, we voted for him. That's 80 million people who voted for Trump. Yeah, 80 million people came out and voted for him to put him in the White House. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to tell you that who to vote for, but I'm trying to let you guys know this. We are the laughing stock of the world. Remember when people started calling this man Taco? Trump always chickens out. He always chicken out. Guess what? Mexicans love to eat taco for breakfast. And this is exactly what is happening. But all of these things going down, ladies and gentlemen, one country, you will see, he will place, the first time he announced like tariffs to countries around the world, he didn't touch Russia. Yes, and if you do not know, there is a conversation where the late Jeffrey Epstein was actually, he went to the newspaper and, brought the whole situation of Trump is a front man for money laundering from Russia, the billionaire. We will talk about that. But let me say this. When the president comes up and says, I'm going to extend another 90 days, I'm going to extend another 90 days, it just gives me that this man doesn't really know what he's doing. It's crazy, folks. I would like to end this vlog by asking you, do you think that what he is doing with this whole tariffs thing, is this okay? And yes, let us start confused. Do not confuse, folks. All of these tariffs, the American people will pay for it. If you are importing something from out of America into this country, that percentage is paid by you, not by the country where you're buying from. So if somebody in Mexico, you buy something from somewhere in Mexico, you pay the charges. The person in Mexico doesn't pay anything. If you buy something from Canada, you are going to cover that tariff. So don't get carried away in thinking that those countries will pay. I know the MAGA base, they still run with this notion that, tariffs will be paid by the country that is sending the goods to America. No, folks, this world is complicated and we will keep talking about it. Stay blessed.